Friends, till now we know what is load testing, but do we know how it happens? It is also important from the interview perspective, so let's check today's video. So friends, several businesses performs load testing according to their requirements. We're gonna take example of a UPI payment processing system. Before going to example, just have a quick walkthrough of what is the definition. So load testing is defined as a type of software testing that determines a system performance under real life load conditions. So this real life load conditions, this thing is very important. Let's have a walkthrough of different steps we will perform while doing load testing. So first step is determine performance criteria. We're gonna explain each step. Let us just go through these 7 steps first. First is determine performance criteria. Second is identifying the test environment. Third is plan and design. Fourth is configure the test environment. Fifth is running a test. Sixth is analysis and retest. So we're gonna take example of UPI payment. When it comes to UPI payment, what different API calls are there? So you can understand, you do these payments. So add balance, less balance and balance history. These 3 are different API which you use mostly. You get amount deposited in your account, or you purchase something or send money to somebody, so your amount is deducted from your account. So when you take example of a UPI payment, it has a lack of public worldwide. So all they are doing, somebody doing add transactions, somebody doing withdraw transactions. That's way. And another transaction is balancing query. There are a couple of, but we are taking these 3 examples. So let's go for the first step, which is determine performance criteria for the load testing. So a business can say, we have done a research and we want 5,000 requests per second to be processed for depositing and withdrawing. And we also want 1,000 records per second processing for the history checking, balance history checking API. So these are 3 scenarios given to a software business who has developed that UPI payment product, and the business is asking them that we want a product this much enhanced, this much compatible, reliable for our public. So now the second thing which business will do is like identifying the test environment. So when it comes to identifying the test environment, so in that business understand the scenarios which I have explained in the first step, and accordingly decide how much cluster they will need, how much instances they will need, how much large instances they will need. What should be the size? They will need a complete fresh environment. So accordingly they will identify a load testing environment. So as you have dev environment, as you have test environment, integration environment, staging, pre-production, load testing is a separate environment where only load testing is performed. Okay. So moving next, our third one is plan and design. So what sort of plan is needed? So plan certain, like when client is waiting for the load testing to happen, so we need to provide certain plan. You have given us 3 scenarios. To execute that we will require this much of duration. Okay, and this is a design which we have made. So please approve this design so that we can go further with the execution. what different sources should be. We need to decide in the plan. So when it comes to adding a amount into your account, there are different sources, right? You can add from the paid from the contact list, or you can directly add to the bank account, or from a UPI code, right? So these three different API, at the last I'm gonna call a add API. So these three different sources, how much percentage should that request from that 5,000 per seconds? We need to, the plan will identify that from the when business is asking 5,000 requests per second, so 1,000 will be from contact list, 1,000 from the UPI, 1,000 from the bank, that way. And design we already talked about, make a design document and approve it from the client. Moving to the next, which is configure test environment. So configuring test environment, we already have an environment, so it's a prerequisite that a final code should be deployed and well tested by a QA engineers, so that we can move forward for the load testing. So when this is configured, so when this is deployed, everything is tested and given sign off by the testing team that everything is working. So configuring means you have to have the users in the database, right? So loading 2-3 lakhs dummy users, because unless you don't have users, you will not be able to do transactions of add, withdraw and everything. So configuring environments means setting a data load in a early phase. Also you gonna use blaze meter, J meter, that you will decide in this step. Fifth is run a test. So you will run a load test and monitor the progress. That is very important while running a test. You need to monitor what is going on. Are the requests, whatever given criteria, is it giving a satisfying answer or not? And the last thing is analysis and retest. So if run is not successful, anyway you're gonna rerun it. But if it is successful, you need to show your analysis, that what happened in each second. You need to show that to the client, and if they approve it, your load testing will be successful for that scenario. So this much I want to convey about load testing to you, and I believe that with this you will answer the question when asked load testing. You will answer both what and how. And definitely I would like to request you to do subscribe to our channel for more likely videos.